Hey, what's up guys? Happy New Year, and today I'm going to go over the iPhone SE second generation in 2021. I've had this phone for over half a year, and I just wanted to share my experience with this phone in case you guys are thinking of buying it. So this phone came out in April of 2020. It was released as Apple's budget option phone, compared to their Pro models, and this was also really affordable at $400 unlocked, compared to like their iPhone 11 Pro, which cost $1,000 at that time. This phone also catered to people who wanted a smaller form factor that was easy to use with one hand, and so in this review I'm just going to go over what I liked and disliked about the phone and whether it's worth buying now in 2021. Alright, first I'm going to go over the design. You're going with a 4.7 inch screen. It's not full HD, which is really a shame. It's only 1334 by 750 at 326 ppi, pixels per inch. Going to the side of the iPhone, you have the power button and the SIM card slot. It is a metal frame, so that does feel premium. Going to the bottom, you got the speakers and the lightning port. So that's pretty normal. And on the back you have a glass back for wireless charging, and you have a camera with one lens. That's the 12 megapixel shooter. And it's going over to the other side. You're going to get the volume rocker and the sound on and off. So overall it's pretty standard iPhone 8 design that we're all familiar with. You got the huge bezels on the top and bottom with the Touch ID. So it's really unfortunate, with the bezels, they're really outdated, and I wish they had a newer form factor. Alright, moving on to using this with one hand that is a strength of this phone, because you can pretty much reach anything with just one finger, so I do like that. It's really easy to use with one hand. It's also really light, so that's another benefit of this. Putting this on a scale, it's only 5.2 ounces, which is great, and so it's really good to hold. You can hold it without any fatigue. Once you add on a case, it's still only 6 ounces, so it's really good for watching videos and holding it for a long period of time. And it also has Touch ID, so that's really great, especially during COVID, and you have to unlock your phone. You don't have to punch in your passcode, so that's great. Now this phone is a great performer. With the A13 Bionic chip, this is the same processor as the 11 Pro, and so it is no slouch. Browsing through websites with multiple tabs using Safari was a cinch. It was very buttery smooth, and there was no lag at all. Scrolling was fine, everything was very smooth and fluid. Watching YouTube videos, it was a cinch, and there was no issues watching it. Besides the small screen, it ran just fine, and watching videos, a very smooth experience. So the processor did very well just watching this YouTube video. I also had a really good experience playing apps and games. Here I'm playing Citus. It required really quick reactions, and there was no lag. Just pressing the screen and the buttons, it worked very well. And this A13 processor is really a beast and can pretty much handle anything thrown at it right now. So you will definitely not be missing anything in the performance department, even with gaming and watching videos or browsing. So it's a great processor, and it will be for years to come. Unfortunately, Apple did have to make some compromises with this phone, and one of the main ones is the battery life. Now this phone I had to recharge at least once in the middle of the day, and if you're looking for a phone that'll last you for the whole day, this is not going to be it. So battery life is a major weakness. Now luckily it does have wireless charge, so that's a really great feature in newer phones. And it's really convenient since you don't have to plug it in. You just put it on the charger stand and then it'll start charging. So that's a great thing about this iPhone SE, is that it has wireless charge, and this will make it more convenient. This iPhone comes with a 12 megapixel single lens camera. It's well rated. Even though it only has one lens, it still has pretty good features, such as the portrait mode, where it blurs out the background, and overall it takes really good pictures. And another great benefit is that compared to other budget phones, like you can take 4K video at 60 frames per second with this camera, and this is really great for a budget phone because a lot of phones at this price won't have that feature, so it's definitely a plus. So in conclusion, this phone definitely has some strengths in that it was a small form factor and it was really light, and you could use this with one hand. But on the other hand, like the design was really old, like the bezels were really large, the screen was really small at 4.7 inches, and it wasn't full HD. It also had a really weak battery that I had to charge at least twice a day. And watching videos on it was not a good experience because, like, just in terms of the screen, like it was really, it wasn't anywhere near OLED, and like the quality of the video was not as good because of that screen. So ultimately, you know, I can't recommend this phone. Like if you have like an additional $100, I would definitely recommend getting the iPhone XR instead. Like it has a much larger battery and you know, like a newer design and a larger screen. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this review and that it, you know, like it'll help you make a decision. Anyways, stay safe, Happy New Year, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please hit like or subscribe. Alright, take care, peace out.